SwimOutlet.com delivers the best online shopping experience. With an extensive selection and the lowest prices, you're guaranteed to find the product you need. Here's what you get. Free shipping on all orders over $49. Free 1 to 2 day shipping on all orders over $99. All orders placed by 6 p.m. ship out the same day. Shop at SwimOutlet.com, the web's most popular swim shop.
This is the Morning Swim Show for Tuesday, June 19th, 2012. I'm your host, Jeff Cummings. Last week, we introduced you to Milt Campbell, who won Olympic gold in the decathlon in 1956, but was a champion swimmer in his youth at a time when the number of black swimmers was very low. Here in the 21st century, the number of minorities who can swim is still very low, but a group called the 100 Black Men of Jackson is trying to change that with swimming lessons for inner city kids. The organization's executive director, Aswtukunbo Oredein, and Valencia Rice, one of the program's swimming instructors, joins us to talk about it in the Finis Monitor from Jackson, Mississippi. Hi guys, welcome to the Morning Swim Show. How are you today?
Hey, how are you?
Wonderful.
Good, thanks. So this is actually the second summer season of you guys doing these swim lessons, correct?
Correct.
So how did the idea come about to start this program?
Well, we mentor all through the school system here in the central Mississippi area. And one thing we realized last 2 summers ago, it was almost 11 children in our district that died from drowning, basically in water that wasn't too deep. They just didn't know how to swim. All the children said they knew how to swim. When you put them in water, they know how to tread water, but not swim.
Yeah, that's not it's a sobering statistic, but to us who cover swimming, not a surprising statistic. It's just still a very high number of kids who drown, as you said, in water it's not very deep. So when you started these swimming lessons, what was the community response to it?
We were very surprised. Honestly, I thought that we wouldn't get not one child signed up in the African American community. We ended up setting a goal for 125, which we thought was extremely too high. We ended up at the end of the summer, almost 230 kids we learned how to swim. We taught how to swim, excuse me.
That's amazing. 230. Yeah, I wouldn't have even imagined that. So
me neither.
Valencia, when you were teaching these kids, I mean, what were the kind of the ability levels for most of them?
Well, we ranked them on beginning swimmers and higher level swimmers. So the beginners, you could get in, probably go under the water a few times, but majority of them rated themselves on that level. They were on that level. It was like 4 out of the whole bunch that would swim, go from end to end, and actually stroke the water the proper way. So what we actually did, we actually took the time out to teach them how to go under the water, the breathing techniques of safety, and they went from there and did very well.
And some of the basic first aids of the first aid part of it, and swim, not only swim safety, but how to save themselves and save others if they had to.
So at the end of this program, what was, I guess, the success rate in terms of how many kids were proficient in the water? We
had 99%. We had one little girl that she got the swimming part, but unless somebody was close to her, she just couldn't. Her mindset was something may happen, but as long as somebody was close to her, she was perfect. But we still had to count her as a non-swimmer because she couldn't do it on her own.
Well, you know, that's still an amazing statistic. I mean, 99%. Were most of these kids able that weren't even able to hold their breath underwater? Were they able to be able to do a length of the pool nonstop?
Yeah, they not only the length of the pool, they did we have an Olympic-sized pool. We were trying to be outside to maybe show you in the background, but they did the pool twice without stopping. We had about 19 that went on to the next level, and we have 3 that went into scuba. That was very amazing. Went to the next step and started doing scuba diving, which I was very impressed. As we had a person that was an African American. There's very few African Americans do scuba, but they recruited 3 and they love it. They're still doing it. Hopefully we can maybe get some feedback from them this summer.
So to kind of still stick with last year, what was the feedback you guys got? you know, especially knowing that you had all these kids, you know, improve so much?
Basically, it came out to be this year we had people on a waiting list to sign up, and we also ended up starting an adult swim class. We didn't think any adults would want to. We had about 12 adults last year that learned how to swim from ages of 40 to 71. And this year we're going to have it again. It was very good for the organization to see that the community wanted it, and some of the older African Americans wanted to come and swim. And we didn't just limit to African Americans, but we were really glad that they wanted to come and learn how to swim, because usually you get to a certain age, you kind of like, where I am is where I am.
And Valencia, being a swimming instructor, I mean, are you finding it pretty easy to get these people to progress, or do they still have these inherent fears of the water and fears of drowning?
I definitely get them to progress. They get to a comfort level with me where they're finding themselves having fun, they're laughing, and they're trusting me. So they're definitely progressing.
And Valencia, tell me about your swimming background.
Well, I'm from California originally. I started there. My brother ended up pushing me into a pool in the deep end, and from there, I ended up swimming back up. I had no idea how to swim. So once I swim back up and I swim to the shallow end, I said, this is something I want to do. So when I turned 7 and 8, my brother, they started putting me in classes and everything like that. And I mean, I loved it. I've never been scared of the water from that day forward. So moved to Mississippi, went to lifeguarding classes, went to how to instruct the class, and I went forward from there.
Well, out in California, you know, there's never a problem with finding a pool, finding a place to swim. Are you finding that Jackson is a little bit different in terms of access to pools?
When I first got here, yes, it was. It was until I met the right person at the right time, and I got into the right contacts, and I've been in a pool ever since. Like, I have no trouble getting into a pool.
And so, Aswtukunbo, what's your swimming background? Before you started this program, you know, what was your swimming level?
Well, technically, I started off at Mississippi State University when I was in 4th grade. Took their swim classes. Took it a little bit in high school with football to stay in shape. But I know how to swim. I know very little about teaching it. I kind of just directed and put the people in the right place and let them do what they need to do. A lot of people that are over people that teach younger adults how to swim and students how to swim, we kind of want to take over, but I let my lifeguards and my swim instructors do what they do best, and I monitor from a distance.
So tell us about this 100 Black Men of Jackson program. I know you mentioned a little bit of your goals at the beginning of the show, but what is the primary focus?
The primary goal is basically to teach a minimum of 125 students from the Jackson Public School area how to swim, 3rd grade to 12th grade. We want to teach them first aid, a couple CPR, life-saving skills, building character in water, and how to say no to friends when they are around water. Because most of the time when people get hurt in water, it's usually with a dare, or they jump the fence to get in somebody's pool for the summer and end up getting hurt.
Now, this 100 Black Men program, it's a national organization, correct? And Jackson's one of the chapters?
Correct.
Are there any other chapters around the country that are expressing any kind of interest in doing what you're doing?
Last year, after we sent a write-up and pictures of what we did, there were a lot of other organizations that were interested, but we're very unique in the Mississippi area. Even though we're probably one of the smaller chapters, we have a lot more. Our facility has an Olympic-sized pool, tennis court, basketball court, and none of the other ones actually have what we have. They're trying to implement that program with some city areas and some city programs, because it's something that's needed. And funding has really, we really thank our sponsors. No questions asked. They gave us what we need because they see that it's needed and it is helping. Before the swimming program started, we had two drownings that were fatal in our area. But if parents would start near drownings, the numbers would be alarming, and they would want to put their kids in some kind of program for that safety aspect of it.
Well, as somebody who started my swimming career with swimming lessons and progressed from there, I've got to congratulate you guys on at least getting your kids to that level and letting them take it from there. Guys, thank you so much for joining us today. Congratulations on the start of your second summer of this, and we look forward to seeing how it progresses in the future.
Right, we will definitely from now on follow your program. We didn't know much about it, but we will continue to follow it, and we thank you for singling us out, and we will continue to follow your program and see how the rest of the world is doing swimming and how they're improving.
All right, sounds good. Thanks again for joining us.
Thank you so much.
All right, so that's Aswtukunbo Oredein and Valencia Rice joining us from Jackson, Mississippi to talk about their Learn to Swim program. And that's going to do it for today's edition of the Morning Swim Show. We invite you to join in on the conversation. You can either go to our Facebook posting or an article about this show on swimmingworld.com. You can also tweet your thoughts to us on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is @SwimmingWorld. That will do it for today's show. I'm Jeff Cummings. Thanks for watching.